Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to English 079. It's Integrated Reading and Writing 2, and it's a co-requisite course for Composition 1. And a co-requisite course means that it's a required class that you take at the same time as you take Composition 1. A lot of students, whenever they see that they're signed up for English 079 and English 101, a lot of them have a little bit of reservations, I think, because they're like, oh, I have to take two English classes. How am I going to do this? I have to take two in one semester. I really want you to think about the English 079 class as kind of like a writing lab that goes along with Composition 1. For this course, there are not there are the books are the same as English 101. The assignments are the same as English 101. So you won't have any extra work to do versus English 101. This English 079 class, it it is, again, I want you to think about it like a writing lab. So you're going to have the 8 o'clock 101 class with me. And then at 9:30, we'll come back and we're going to have this hour and a half to work on and to go over questions, to answer things more in depth, to get more personalized feedback from me on the assignments that you're working on in 101. So again, this English 079 class is not an extra English class. There's not additional work that you need to do for it. This is like, again, an extra writing lab where you're going to continue the work of what we've worked on in Composition 1 with just some extra help and support in that English 079 course, or from the English 101 course. All right, so you can see here in the screen that I'm sharing, there's an English 079 site, and the only thing that is on here is the syllabus. So you'll be able to take a look at the syllabus. When you click on the syllabus, again, the syllabus, this is not an extra English course. It's a writing lab that is paired with the Composition 1 course. So when you go in and you look at English 079, the site, the books, again, are the same. Your course content is the same. Course policies will be the same. Grading scale. The grading scale, the way, and I'll explain how we're going to calculate grades for 079 here in just a minute, but half of your grade is reading work that we do in the 101 class. The other half of the grade is the writing work we do in the 101 class. And then your portfolio counts as part of your 079 grade. And then you can see the course calendar is the same as English Composition 1, because this English 079 class, again, it's like a writing lab that goes along as a way to support the work that you're doing in 101. So on this Blackboard site, you're really not going to be accessing this site very much because there's not going to be anything that any content that lives in this site. It all lives in the Composition 1 course. All the work is the same as the Comp 1 class. I will show you here. And let me pause my share for a minute. Make sure. Okay. All right. So the way that you will calculate your grade in the English 079 class is your when you go into the Comp 1 Blackboard site, you'll see the overall grade for your English 101 course. You will also see right underneath it English 079 grade. That's where your the grade, you'll be able to keep track of the grade for the 079 class, the grade you're going to get for the writing lab. English 079, the grade is calculated with everything except your major essays. So in the course, what we do is we will write 3 essays throughout the span of the course. And I told you the way that I build my assignments, we divide things into little chunks that are more manageable. And so we'll look at all those little chunks will be part of the 079 grade and part of the 101 grade. So you'll get grades for both of them. All of those little chunks you're going to put them together to build an essay assignment. The essay assignment, and there are 3 of those in English 101, those essay assignments will not count towards the 079 grade. It's the little parts that went into building it all up. Now, for the 101 grade, it'll be all the little parts that built it up, plus the essay assignment. So your overall grade for English 101, like you see here on the screen, that's everything. Your English 079 grade takes everything except those major essays. Plus the portfolio project at the end of the semester, that also counts as part of your English 079 grade. So there will not be in the 079 Blackboard site any grades that are kept in there. The only thing that's going to be on this site is I keep track of your attendance for every class, and the syllabus will live here. But everything else for English 079, again, it's a writing lab that supports the English 101 class. So everything else, your assignments, all of your work, it's the same as 101. You're just in the 079 class getting extra help and support to complete those assignments. Does anybody have questions about the English 079 class? Okay. So again, you'll have that 8 o'clock class with me in the morning where we go over what our assignments are and the work that we're going to do. That'll be homework and things. And then you'll stay with me at 9:30 and we'll continue working on some of those assignments. You'll get extra feedback from me in the 079 class time. Sometimes I'll do more demonstrations and walkthroughs during the 079 that maybe we didn't have time to get to in the 101 class. But again, it's going to be a writing lab where you have time to work on the 101 assignments with some help and support from me. All right, so books are the same. You won't need any, additional books. The work is going to be the same as in the 101 class, but you are getting a grade, a separate grade for 079, And that's everything in the 101 course except those major essay assignments. All right. So today I'm not going to keep you very much longer. I don't, need to go over other than that information. I just wanted to make sure you knew what the 079 course was, how we're going to grade that, and I wanted to make sure you knew it's not extra work. This is just extra time and extra support to get to work on those 101 assignments with me. And so if there are no questions, we're going to go ahead and wrap up in here today. I, I think when we meet next week in the classroom, you'll have, if you've got more questions or things to think about at that time, that you've had some time to look at things and you may have more questions then. What I will do is for today's class, because it was held via Zoom, in not the announcements, in the 079 announcements, I'll put a link to this recording. But typically the 079 class, I do not record because it is a writing lab and there's not a lot of lectures or things that take place in there. A lot of it is more organic and one-on-one help or individualized help. So that those classes don't get recorded every class session. The 079 will not. But today's, because it's the introduction class, I'll record that and get that link posted there in the 079 announcements that we see here. I'll post it in that week 1 there announcement. Any questions for me? I'm going to stop recording. Just a minute.